Waiting for a signal. And there we go. Haha, finally. And welcome back to another Jedi Academy, folks. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. Welcoming you here again early on a Saturday morning because that's the life we've chosen. And welcome to the Academy. This is where we hang out with you awesome and amazing people, and we're going to do nothing but straight Q&A for 2 hours, answering all your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes questions. It's pretty simple. If you have a question you want to post to us, all you need to do is get your question into the chat. Make sure you put the word question for your actual question statement. We'll scoop it or gobble it up with Nightbot. That's what we do, and we have to have a filtering word, and then that'll get your question, and then as soon as the panel gets here, it's just, again, Saturday morning. It's a little hard for people to get up. Trust me. But we'll get your questions scooped up, and that's what it is. Get all the content creators we can, and everybody here, and we'll answer your questions. It's pretty simple. It's to the point. 2-hour stream, so it does behoove to get your questions in sooner rather than later. So go ahead and get those in, and we will get you guys squared away. Welcome, everybody. Hope everyone is having a good Saturday morning. I know it's early, but you guys, doesn't matter. You guys are always here. Appreciate it. That's what it's all about. Jedi Academy. Now, I'm sure the rest of the Academy, the panel will be on here as soon as they wake up and realize that, it's Saturday morning and that they want to go back to sleep. But they'll fight through that stuff and they'll be here. I'm hoping. We've got a little bit of a tropical depression going over my place at the moment, so it's not too bad. Just a lot of rain and stuff, some thunderstorms, things of that nature. So if I happen to cut out, though, you guys will know the deal. That's kind of what's happening. So, just as a programming note alert for RSG. So tonight we will have D&D, and then right after that, we'll have can't talk. After D&D, we're going to do our GAC with me and Loki again. So a lot of good stuff coming down the pipe for everybody. So it should be a lot of fun. Anything else? I can't think of anything else. No, I think that's it. So, get your questions in. We'll start rocking and rolling. Start talking about stuff. Pretty simple. I'm trying to think if there's any other programming notes, news, alerts, ideas, thoughts. No, I think that's it. So there you go. Hope everyone's having a good morning, everybody. See everybody in the chat. Elliot Worsfold, Foreigner. What else? Any three? Utah, Nathan H. Worthless Finn. Finn's always up early in the morning. I think he was born early in the morning. Meow Meow's here. Epic Fails. Yep, so there's some people already out in chat. Get your questions in, and we'll get these rock and roll. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff on people's minds, especially with the new Kenobi. That's right, the new Kenobi is out, and I gotta say, he's OP as hell, folks. He is very OP. I've got mine year 12. I'm waiting for, I went through all my pieces to gear to get them, so I'm kind of having to ramp up again, but my goodness, just the stuff I've seen with Loki and other people I've seen tested and stuff, it's pretty OP how good. He's really good. Vent was cool. Just everything that what they did for him has been really good. The kit looks great. It's very OP. The character himself is OP. The design of it looks great with the animations and the way they did the event. I'm very pleased with it. It was a ton of fun on Wednesday, hanging out with you guys. We were almost streaming for 5 hours between Loki's unlock and the ultimate unlock, and then me doing my thing, and then we had Kate gaming with us. So it was a lot of fun to test and do all kinds of stuff with Kenobi and see how he is. But yeah, he's pretty over OP, man. I mean, it's good lord. If you guys have questions about Kenobi, when I'm sure you do, please fire those in. I mean, the other thing going on is we're still finishing up Conquest, getting ready to finish up Conquest, and which gets us closer to the cat shards. So yeah, I mean, we've got Kenobi. We still don't have Cat. We won't get her till mid-July, but that's coming around the corner too. Bad Batch is slowly creeping its way in to the game, into there where it'll be farmable. A couple of characters are farmable now, but you know that's another thing. So, and still early in the morning. I haven't had coffee and I haven't woken up yet. Anything else? I'm just trying to think because that was the big thing was the Kenobi release. I mean, GAC is happening. I think we're all kind of settling into our GAC. Kind of, you know, settling into 3v3, 5v5 will be a new change as well, moving up. It was just, yeah. So, all right. So that's the kind of the week that was for me in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Big shout out to everybody for last weekend with the money we raised for me. I made a post on the forums saying thank you to the entire community and CG and the other gaming communities and the content creators. All that stuff is there. But again, thank you guys for what we were able to accomplish. Over 25,000 raised, almost 26,000 at this point, 25,640. So, I mean, what more can you say? It's incredible. So, and that was all due to you guys and your generosity and things like that. So, anything else? I'm trying to think of anything else going on. No, I'm just looking through stuff real quick. But go ahead and get your questions in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe, guys. It's YouTube. It's just the way it is with our content. You know, if you want it out there and stuff. So, yes, another Nat. What a surprise. All right. So we got everybody coming in. It's just me, Little Ranger J 1999, June Jedi Academy, because that's what I do. Let me get the Nightbot going here. By God, we'll get these questions answered no matter what. Affinity Ranger, since my wedding is family restricted, would you be interested in hosting a virtual bachelor party for Finn in November timeframe? Virtual? Sorry, that completely threw me off. I've done bachelor parties before, but I'm trying to think virtually. How the hell do I pull that one off? Yeah. Virtual bachelor party. Hold on, Finn, I'm writing this down. I'm not even remotely... okay. In November. Oh, you said no strippers? I mean, what the hell, man? Am I streaming this, Finn, or just something off book? Virtual with no strippers. Oh, dude, there's gonna be strippers and stuff, man. What kind of... Okay. Stream it. But no strippers. Alright. Okay. Let's be creative here. Locomotive, are you there?
What's up, dude?
Did you just see what Finn ask was of me? Well, and by me, I
No.
mean us. We are going to stream a virtual bachelor party for Finn in November, but we can't have any strippers.
What?
Let it sink in.
What? What?
I know. I'm like, yeah, we can do it. I'll do it. I was just like, wow, that completely him hawked me. I was like, okay, no strippers.
Like no hentai videos or nothing?
No, I don't know. No. I mean, we're just, and I can't send them to actual Finn.
Wait, are we live right now?
We're doing the middle Jedi Academy. I just got dropped with that bomb. I'm like,
What? I don't get it, man.
like,
Wait, does that mean he's gonna have his bachelor party and then he's gonna share screen and then we stream it?
yeah, we're gonna stream it. Yeah, he's what he said.
But there's gonna be no strippers on his side of the call, but then I can bring my own.
No, he said no strippers. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, but if we're streaming it, then
Yeah, he can't tell us what to do. We can do whatever we want.
then it is settled.
But if we're gonna stream it, I mean, we can't get. All right, well, we'll figure it out, Loki, because it's like saying no alcohol cigars.
It's like getting a double cheeseburger with no double.
Okay, Infinity says yes. Loki can have his own. We just can't have.
See, I know how to game it.
Yeah,
I know how to game it. I can have it on my side, but
yeah. You
for some reason he don't want to have it on his side.
right, and I'm just like, well, I don't want strippers where I'm at. I mean, that's not the point.
I do.
Well, yeah, you, but I mean, I'm going to be hosting and stuff, so. Well, usually, you know, I would set all this up. But,
I'll DoorDash you some strippers if you want.
okay,
Man.
let's do it. Like, ladies.
Just tell whoever at your house, oh, these are some friends. They're gonna be here for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, they're here. Well, why are they dressed like that? Because we're open.
It's hot outside.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's it was 90 degrees today. I mean, you know, why are they pouring water on them? Because they're hot. You know, I mean, I don't know. I can't.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, we'll figure that out here. So November, Finn, is there like is there a date past in November we can't go past? I don't have the specifics of your wedding plans or stuff like that. So we got a bachelor party in November to get squared away, Loki. Virtually.
Okay.
I've never done anything like that because usually you just pop in and have a good time and drink and hang out. You know,
How about
that's
I'll
all it
be
is.
in Vegas while you stream, and then we'll really get the
I guess yeah.
feel, you know.
I'll see what Finn's the date that we can't go past in November. Goodness gracious! All right, so I'm completely thrown off now. Locomotive, I was that was just the bomb dropped on me while we were streaming. So I'm like, That was a hey Rangers, let's do a virtual bachelor party for Finn. Sure, with no strippers, huh? That was my initial reaction too. Like what? So anything before December? Well, it have to be before Thanksgiving. I don't think we want a Thanksgiving bachelor party. Loki, I don't think that'll work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Okay. My mind is awash in cascading thoughts of evilness. Man. Okay. Well, anyway, that was the bomb that was dropped on us by Affinity. Virtual. Yeah, we gotta go, but we gotta hook that up, Loki. I mean, Finn can have hookers and blow, but we can. I think it's the main theme here. Cause I'll drink, I'll do what I want. I'll get depraved. All right, all right, Loki. Before you start, I was talking about the OP-ness of Kenobi, while we're getting the questions in, and everybody's slowly waking up on a Saturday morning. You've had some more time to test your new Kenobi. How is it going with your testing, mad scientist?
It's good. I mean, my arena shards playing around with them, but for the most part I haven't moved. So
Kind of tells you all you need to know.
yeah, it's doing its job. Feels good not dropping in the 20s. Overnight, but overall, I mean, the dude is just, for what he the resources we all had to grind out and have for him as a requirement. I mean, it's he's a stellar character, man. I know you mentioned that it's in question if he's the best GL now. You're the stream you were with Cubs.
Yeah.
Real fun. I mean, he made that cool graphic in Photoshop. I don't know yet how he does in raids. I know we did one raid, right?
Yeah.
But just I don't have the opportunity to. Yeah, I don't have the opportunity to do the to tell the whole guild, hey, wait a minute while I test. So the jury's still out, I guess, for me. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of videos out as soon as more people get them. But he's been out for a couple days now. I mean, so far he's just stellar. He autos that Basti JML team in arena. There hasn't been an auto team yet for it, at least for me. So that's a good thing. So he's saving me time on the climb, but we'll be using him in territory war. So
Yeah.
I'll really let you know how it turns out there. But so far it's good. I mean, with and without ultimate is the big one.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously a lot of non-GL counters against a non-ultimate Kenobi, and it's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you add the ultimate, I think it makes a big difference. Right now, my concern with him is, yes, he breaks up a few teams. If you're going to go all out, balls to the wall, the best Kenobi team, which I think, incorporates gas, it incorporates snips and GK +1. Like the +1 could be Cam or, Ayla. Definitely Galactic Republic. You got to throw in there, especially if there's Cam. But so far, the team I like is the Jedi Master Kenobi, the General Kenobi, Gas, Snips, and Cam. I think right now is probably the best team he can get.
What about Ayla?
I like Ayla too, but I think if you go all out, you want the possible best Kenobi on defense. It's going to be that team. Now, if you use Kenobi on offense, it's a totally different story. He can take any Galactic Republic and make him better. So,
Okay.
But just depends what you're going to use him for. I'm excited to try him in territory war this weekend, and not sure what I'm going to do with him yet. I don't know if I'm going to throw him on defense. Just depends on my opponent. I mean, I'm kind of salivating. I kind of want to put 5 GLs on one of my opponents. So, just to have fun, but
make their life miserable.
Overall, he's awesome, man. I mean, he's not, best, we said Dark Troopers best character 2021 or 2020, 2021. Sorry.
Yeah.
this guy's up there too as well.
I think
Obviously, his requirements are a little more crazier than
well,
Dark Trooper.
He's a galactic legend. I mean, it's
Correct.
It's one's was a marquee and is free to play now, and but
but rest assured, he's not the level of Sith Eternal. I know we say that Sith Eternal is kind of
he's above that.
He is not there.
We're debating whether it's Kylo or G. We had an interesting debate with Cubs after we did the video. Like, who, if you're a new player, do you go for General Master Kenobi and SLKR? And after talking it through, I still think you go for SLKR, right? Because of just how good he is. Especially for some of the characters and stuff.
Right.
And what we know what Kylo does in the raid. There's still a little bit of unknowns, but I still think you go for, if you're going to go for a Galactic Legend your first, as a new player, it's a hell of a lot easier to get SLKR compared to getting General Master Kenobi. Just for gear, the characters you need and stuff like that. I mean, all of the SLKR stuff is pretty much easy characters to get for the most part.
Correct.
General Master Kenobi, there's a few. You just literally, you're going to push your farm is going to take forever, mainly just because of some of the characters that are required that you have to get through either events, like you have to get GK. I mean, you have to be in a guild that's doing the TB or doing hat raid to get them. You also got Watch, so you got to be doing Dark Side TB. I mean, there's stuff like that that's in his kit that I think is going to make a lot harder to get General Master Kenobi. But I mean,
good news, Ranger. The good news, real quick, on Wat Tambor, you notice he's in the whale store.
Yeah, I did notice that. I mean,
so that's an interesting one.
10 shards, but I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, but 10 a week is a lot better than if you're in a guild that can't get the 50 every. How often is Dark Side? It's once a month, right?
Yeah,
50 shards. So I mean, if he's showing up in the whale store for a little bit, you'll get 10 shards a week, which isn't terrible.
What's that, 90 a month, roughly?
Yeah, I mean.
So, yeah.
Yeah, on top of if you're in a decent guild and maybe you get only 20, right, out of Darkside. But
sure.
They definitely made him a lot more accessible, which is interesting.
Yeah, and then, I mean, then that's what I figured they were going to do, something along those lines. I thought we were going to be different characters in there, but like Cam or something. But yeah, I mean, and the thing that's still scary is we still don't have Commander Ahsoka out yet to add to the Kenobi. I mean,
absolutely.
I know you're salivating. I'm salivating. We'll have my red box here today or tomorrow. I just have to do a couple more battles with feats and stuff, and then it'll be mine. So I'm not too worried about it. So yeah. Okay. So the big takeaway so far is, one, we have to do a bachelor party in November, Loki, and then well, we can't get Finn strippers. And then the other thing is Kenobi's pretty damn good. Anything else you want to say about Kenobi before we start getting into questions? I'm sure we'll get questions about this.
Actually, I was just going to ask you real quick, what did you think of the event? Because obviously you're going for Ultimate right now.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely... it was great when we did the event, having Kate on there and just to hear her reaction to it. Perfect. Because, she's a newer player, much lower GP. I can come at it from that we've seen these enough, Loki. I think they did a great job. I don't know how you feel, but I think they did a great job with it. I think with the tickets and it's fun. It's nostalgic because you relive all those moments, Revenge of the Sith and stuff. But having Kate see for the first time, I mean, she was blown away. She was blown away from the event. She was blown away by the characters. She was just laughing and having just a blast as we. You were doing all that stuff. I mean, your thoughts now that you've had it to salivate over. I'm just now into the ultimate. I've got the character. I got to get him relic, but my next step is to get the ultimate done. So, I mean, your thoughts after doing all of it?
Yeah. No, I mean, I really got nothing bad to say. I mean, if you want to nitpick, I got to nitpick about something. I mean, the only thing that came to mind was, we had all these requirements for Kenobi, yet, you really only used
Yeah,
3 of them,
right.
I think, or 2 of them, if that. Like Grandmaster Yoda was in the event, and it was cool, but it's like I wish there was more with the requirements. I don't know. I mean, maybe some elements from the card. I get it. It was primarily episode 3, so yeah, you won't see Bo-Katan. Yeah,
Sure.
you probably won't see Negotiator. But it would have been cool to incorporate those. I feel like those requirements were they're just walls, right? I mean, they're just they were exactly what they were, but you didn't get to use them during the event as the other events. You got to use the requirements a little bit more.
Yeah.
But again, I'm splitting hairs. I'm trying to find something wrong with it because, like what you said, it's very good. The animations, the storyline, unlocking the characters very easy. Getting the ultimate seems like it's very easy. They increased the tickets to 200 more tickets or whatever. 2 tokens. I'm estimating 100. Whatever. To 200 energy or so to maybe farm 1 ticket.
Yeah, it's still the same amount of battles you did previously. You just have to get 2 more ultimate mats. So
yeah,
it's because in the previous ones you had to do tier 4 and tier 5 to get to tier 6. So that was 10 battles to get 10 ultimate shards. So now they just made it 4, 4, and 4, and you get the ultimate shards. It's still 12. So it's 12 mats, but it's the same amount of battles. You just have the 2 extra. What did you think of the ultimates being in tier 4, 5, and 6 instead of just being tier 6?
it's fine. I mean,
A little different, right?
super easy, man. I mean, he was basically, I can't say he's free to play, but it's like once you get the requirements, it's super easy, and they didn't put any tricks. They didn't put any, opportunity for you to really lose your energy. So that's a cool thing. Because that was one of the heartbreak moments for us is, we're farming tickets for Kylo and Rey, and then we're losing, right? And that's a shitty feeling. So hats off to CG is they reward you for getting the requirements, and the reward is they made the event pretty simple. Neither of us remodded. I don't think. I didn't see you remod, so
no.
It was kind of a gimme. I love the PvE units. I hope they're coming out.
Cool,
the
man.
dark, the Empire clone troopers, or whatever you want to call them, the dark side clone troopers. And then the big one, man, at the end was Lord Vader, the reveal, so
all right. So
it was good, man. I liked it.
It was very good. All right, let me see how we're looking on the questions here. So keep getting your questions in, guys. Remember, the format is put the word question for your actual question statement. You can see examples of it in the chat, and we will get your question scooped up. And that's what we're here to do, is that. And as a programming note, we'll have Dungeons and Dragons tonight, and then Loki. We're going to be doing RGAC tonight, sir. Correct? Right after Dungeons and Dragons, same time you normally do it, or you?
I need to check my map because I actually might be part of the Chuck's Cheese Bowl round 3 with a guildie, so I need to see what he wants to do. But I will definitely be on with you, though.
I don't know what that means.
If you'll have me.
Cheese ball. Oh, you guys are just. Is that where y'all just cheese it up and then?
That is Chuck's Cheese Bowl Championship in GAC. Yeah.
Okay, so probably
it is Father's Day weekend for a lot of my guildies, and we threw it out there, and they were just like, "Yep, sounds pretty good." So
okay, cheesing it up. Well, I can't because I'm facing someone that's not in my guild and or going to cheese me. You never know. I could get an auto deploy, but it's the finals, and I think the guy is going to take it serious. So
absolutely, man. No, I mean I'll be on with you though.
Okay, we'll do probably.
You'll have me.
Yeah, 10:30 of my time, so I don't know, 8:30 your time, 9 o'clock, right around there.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Just ping me up, but yeah, I should be around.
Okay. Well, we'll do DJC.
I'll know more at lock if if we're doing it, but I think we're doing it.
Yeah, the old cheese-a-rooney. Yep. So
a
little bit of cheese.
And happy Father's Day to all the fathers listening.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, early Father's Day.
Early Father's Day here, but it's all good. So, all right. All right. See if there's questions in here other than the one about Finn's bachelor party. Let's see here. Tumbler Dry question: what is a good team for Jawas to get as many thermal detonators as possible in Sector 3? I'll give the team I give, and then look, you can jump in on this. I use GL Ray with the 4 Jawas, and mine are like Gear 8, but pretty much you can get it within one turn of doing that, and then because you just keep putting lifeblood on and just let the team just. And then more turns, the team that you pick is the most call assist. I mean, you're gonna get. I did bounty hunters, and I mean, I had that feat knocked out in one hit. So Ray lead with the 4 Jawas. The only one you leave off is regular Jawa, and then you're you're good to go, man. You'll get that one knocked out in no time. And I can't remember which skier told me to do that. I was like, okay, because I was like, my Jawas sucked. They're like, nah, man, you just need Ray and the Jawas. I'm like, oh. Okay, then, well, that works.
Yeah.
So,
Xeris is good too, I think. I mean,
Xeris lead?
I think that's what I use.
Xeris with the Jawas or Xeris lead in the Jawas?
Either. You can go Nebbit lead or Xeris lead. It works all the same.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, that works great. Or, you know, I mean, I'm trying to think of who else you can use here. Is there anything else you've heard of, or?
No, that's pretty much it. Or you can go full on Jawas if you got them. I mean, I mod them super tanky. I sometimes put crit avoidance arrows on all my Jawas.
Sure,
so it sounds funny, but it works because they survive. But there's really no other team, honestly. You can try the bounty hunters, but I don't think it works. You know, the Zam Dengar.
Well, yeah, you get the. I mean, all you have to do is you don't have to win the fight. You just have to get the thermal detonators going, right?
Correct.
And so even if you have crappy Jawas, just go in there, and even if you have to do the fight a few more times and say what we're doing, if you can get the thermals in there and and stuff, then you'll be fine. Maybe you have to do it 2 or 3 times or 4 times, however many times it takes, but you can't do it that way. Just find a team that does a lot of call assist. Even if you get slaughtered and lose, if you get those thermals going and stuff, then you get the credit. It's kind of like the evasion feat. You don't have to. I don't think you have to win to get that feat. I just go with GL Ray, and Watt, pop the tank tech on JTR, and eventually the master gets so stupid that usually I do it in 1 turn, but. Sometimes you have to do 2. The reason I had to do 2 this time is I got done with the fight. I thought I'd done 100. I did 99 out of 100. So I just basically went in and did it again. So,
correct.
So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Other questions. Nathan H. Question: do you think they will need the Jedi Master Kenobi gas counter? General Master Kenobi gas counter.
Say that again.
This is a question Nathan H. is. I'm trying to figure it out what he's meaning. He says, Nathan H., do you think they will need the Jedi Master Kenobi gas counter? Who are you speaking about, Nathan? I'm not sure what this. Oh, Nerf. Okay, he redid it. I had to look at this like need. There's a lot of things I need. No, the question is, do you think they will nerf the gas Jedi Master Kenobi counter?
What is it?
Well, I guess because if Kenobi doesn't have the ultimate, then gas can counter it. But no, if it's
no, yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but
you gotta get the ultimate, man.
Yeah, it's a big difference, man.
Yeah, if he doesn't have ultimate, I mean, there's a ton of teams that beat JMK, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't see that as a bad thing.
No.
And we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, Kenobi is so easy to get once you get the requirements that there's no reason why you shouldn't get the ultimate, and there's no reason why it's difficult to get the ultimate.
No.
But yeah, I mean, we're seeing with non-ultimate, I mean, we're seeing like troopers, we're seeing gas 501, we're seeing Bad Batch. I mean, we're seeing all sorts of these non-GL counters. And then once you get the thing is called the ultimate, right? Should make him leaps and bounds better. And CG did a good job with that. Once he gets the ultimate, it's game on. It locks up a lot of those counters. So I got a few in my arena shard already, and I'll tell you, man, it sucks. I mean, it's the new, if there's one thing that Kenobi's really bad at, is you got to fight him in arena, and you have your own Kenobi. It's prepare for the old timeout, risk, 4-minute arena battles, especially if they got ultimate. I got guys in my shard right now. They don't have Kenobi's ultimate, and they're fighting my Kenobi, who has the ultimate. And they said they're either timing out or beating me with 50 seconds left. Like it sucks. And I'm not looking forward to fighting ultimate Kenobis all day long. So.
I know. And the other thing too is, the other counter was that we saw that did beat your team finally was a mishmash of all kinds of stuff, right? It was SLKR, Daka, Zombie, Watt, and Armor.
Yeah. That's
and basically you're just doing kind of like you do with Kylo versus GMK. You have to get him ramped up. Is basically what you have to do.
Yeah, you're treating that entire JMK team like a raid boss. Is what you're doing with Kylo. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm kind of worried about too. Is if there's little to no non-GL counters to JMK Ultimate, maybe they need to fix that. I don't know. I'll throw it out there, but it's going to be interesting for GA. For the GA Center. And, So.
Well, speaking of the GA Center, we've got the Nev.
That was a nice little segue, wasn't it?
See what we did there? The Masters of the Segue. We'll be talking about Kenobi. I'm sure you've seen the event now and stuff. And
I've seen lots of people. I've watched Loki testing it. I've watched Fatal testing it. I've watched Urza having fun with it. I've watched Arnold having fun. I'm a responsible content creator. It's my duty to go out there and watch people play with this stuff so that when I report back to everybody how either awesome or unawesome something is, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Or people will just say, shut up, Nev, you're talking shit, So I have to, I have to know these things. I'm no IGN reporter that, does a review on a game that he's never played before. I actually want to know about this stuff before I talk about it.
And what are your initial thoughts with your observation there, scientist?
My observations are easy event.
Yep.
It's a going through the motions event. It seemed a bit dull. The tiers. I mean, very representative of the story of General / Jedi Master Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
But the cinematics seemed a bit short. So, but the actual battles themselves, relatively simple, relatively easy. I mean, Fatal was deliberately trying to nerve his team. It's like, how hard is it to lose the battle? It was actually trying, and he found it very, very difficult to do. So once you hit the requirements, it is a going through the motion task.
Yeah.
To get him, but once you get him, you're going to have a lot of fun at the start. Although most of the teams and the counters will probably be set when the majority of the player base actually achieves that unlock and gets the ultimate. Most theory crafters and people like Loki will have tested the crap out of this character with various different squads, and people unlocking him will, this is the squad. This is the squad.
Yeah.
Bit like most people know what the good squads are to go with Slacker and Ray and C and JML. I think it's an easy event, and it's a great character. With some, really, really awesome abilities.
Yep. I thought the event was a blast. We had Kate on and she was just giggling the whole time. She just was and high heaven. As we were doing all this stuff, she had never seen one of these live before. She'd never seen a GL live before, or a new GL unlock and all that other stuff. So it was fun to have her there watching and getting her perspective on it. What else? Any three question? Do you not realize before that Finity would be a bridezilla? Yeah, Nev, we were just I've been tasked.
Oh no, what's happened?
Well, Finn asked us to do a virtual bachelor party for him in November. Sure, we'll invite everybody. So just mark it on your calendar. But he can't have any hookers. We can.
No hookers and all right. So we can have hookers and blow, just not for him.
I'm just waiting for him saying I won't be drinking during the event. Like,
all right, okay.
I mean, if he puts that one in there, I'm like, you're gonna have to find somebody else, Finn, because if you're not gonna drink and you're not gonna do anything and you're not gonna be hookers, I'll give you the hooker one. I mean, everyone else will have hookers, but you're gonna get a little toasty with us if we're gonna do this. So, all right, more questions coming in. All right, let me. No, it's fighting me. It's always fighting me. All right. All right, here's a good question here for this one, Loki. From Nathan H. How will you divide up the Jedi squads now that you've got Kenobi?
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hello there.
How are we going to divide this up? I'm still, I'm kind of been thinking about that, because one of the things that was brought up is you want GR Jedi with him. It works really well, but then someone's mentioned Cat's kit kind of cancels out Cam stuff. What Cam does. What are you thinking on the teams that you're going to use, especially in fives? With Kenobi.
Yeah, it's I was thinking about this too during, when we did our event. You definitely have to keep Galactic Republic Jedi with JMK. It just makes him a lot better. We tried throwing Jedi Knight Revan in there.
No, it doesn't work.
It sucks. He just loses so many bonuses, especially if you're going to run Cam. I mean, you bring up a good point. If you're going to run Commander Ahsoka Tano, you drop Cam. There's no reason to run him, because the Jedi are not going to get the plus 30 speed, the extra offense, the extra health, all the other bonuses that Cam gives. His unique is kind of like a leader ability, right? So it's a double dip of great stat boosts. But if you are going to run Commander Ahsoka Tano, then you don't run Cam with JMK. On the flip side, if you decide not to run Commander Ahsoka Tano with JMK, then you open the floodgates for Cam, and you drop him in there proudly, because he's very good under JMK. I mean, that's the reason why JMK is Galactic Republic and Jedi. It's for Cam, because Cam's kind of been that plug and play. He's good, but he's not great. Great as in being he doesn't have a lot of synergy yet. And then when JMK dropped, it's like, okay, now we can use Cam. So in my opinion, I mean, the jury's out on Commander Ahsoka Tano. If you have to use, I think the best team right now is Gas, Snips, Cam, General Kenobi under JMK. No ifs, ands, or buts. They're all Galactic Republic Jedis. They all jump around and assist, and that's what you want them to do. Now, the problem is you nerf the 501st, you nerf Padme, and essentially maybe another Jedi team that you're using like JML and Gas, right, on a Jedi team. So if I was gonna keep that JMK team, then maybe Commander Ahsoka Tano moves under Padme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to backfill the Padme team now, right? Is the issue. And then maybe under Jedi Master Luke, I'll run Grandmaster Yoda under that guy, because we all know Grandmaster Yoda is very good on Jedi Master Luke. He's fast. He does foresight. He makes the entire Jedi Master Luke team hard to hit. And then from there, I would just backfill. Like I would do we still got Ayla, right? I mean, Ayla's good. she can go under Jedi Master Luke. You got Ezra, and then possibly I don't know who would be the fifth on that.
Well, if
Maybe
you're not-
Jolie. Maybe
Yeah.
you know, the one Jedi Master Luke team that's been getting pretty decent holds in 5v5 is that Jedi Master Luke, Ayla, is it Shakti,
Yeah.
Jolie Bindo, but it had Cam in it, right? So now we're pulling Cam out. I'm gonna treat Jedi Master Luke as kind of the, I don't know, I'm gonna throw the junk Jedi behind him. There's no other way to say it. I mean, seriously. I mean, if I'm gonna run all of them, you know, on offense and defense, Jedi Knight Luke, I'm still gonna run probably Jedi Knight Revan, because we have the counter, right?
Right.
Ranger, we have the SLKR counter, which
Right.
is Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, Old Ben, Hermit Yoda,
Right.
and Basti. So you keep that one intact.
Right.
So Jedi Master Luke, in my opinion, is the afterthought. If you want to have three solid defense, offense counters, that's the way I would probably split them. And then depending on your roster, that's how you backfill Jedi Master Luke. But, you know, definitely go Jedi Master Luke, Grandmaster Yoda plus 3 is what I'm thinking. Maybe Jolie makes that cut because he's got the revive, and then you just do 2 solid either attackers or support of some sort. You still got Zaris and you got Ezra, you know, so that could be it right there.
Yeah.
So
then,
I don't know what you guys think. I was just kind of just spitballing off the top of my head, but I think you make 3 solid. You know, you have your non-GL counter in Jedi Knight Revan, and then you potentially have 2 flex kind of offense defense teams like that.
Well, it's going to depend on how stupid the cat interaction is going to be, which, you know, if she's going to go right into after initial stuff, she's going to be able to take someone out. That's then maybe you move Cam over to like somebody else. You know, that's the thing. Or, you know, I'm just trying to think of like, you know, because if you're going to put certain characters and teams together, then where does Cat go, right? It's an interesting thought. We'll have to figure this out. And we just still don't have Cat. We haven't had a chance to really play around with her interaction. So I guess initially it's going to be, and for the vast majority of players, they're still a ways away from General Master Kenobi. This is just initial thoughts, teams, and you know that's going to change over time. With like who you're going to run.
If you really wanted to flex it, like I would say 3. You can make 3 solid Jedi teams now, like what we mentioned.
Yeah.
You could possibly do 4, but then like 2 of them will be not great. Nev, you mentioned you were watching a bunch of the videos out there. Did you notice a more effective JMK comp than others?
Well, I to be honest with you, I'm more of the mind that it's 2 Jedi teams that you're looking for. 1 for JMK and 1 for JML. A good split of Galactic Republic Jedi and Jedi between those 2 GLs, while still trying to maintain a decent Galactic Republic for Padme. I know you're talking about 3 Jedi teams here. 3 decent Jedi teams outside of the 2 GL leadership, outside the 2 GL Jedi. I don't know what would be a 3rd decent Jedi team that could not be easily countered. I mean, you know, the GL Jedi teams are, yes, they'll be counter. Yes, people will be able to counter them, but not easily. Whereas a 3rd Jedi team with no GL in it is going to be easy to counter. So, you know, why cobble together a 3rd Jedi team when you can put together a decent Padme team? But the JMK maker, I mean, I've seen some JMKs out there with C-3PO in.
That makes sense because of his number crunch and stuff.
Because of his, you know, huge amount of abilities. So I've seen people using C-3PO. I've seen people using doing it without GK. I've seen people using it without gas. So the possibilities really are endless. But the two teams themselves, they're not really going to be set until we know what this new Ahsoka is capable of. I think as soon as you know, let's be honest, Loki, as soon as you have Cat, and you've got her maxed and Relic 7 or Relic 8, whatever, and you've started testing with JMK, you're probably going to be thinking in the back of your mind, right, okay, I now know what I'm doing with JMK, which means I know what I'm doing with JML. And then you're going to look at your remaining Jedi, and there's probably going to be some Galactic Republic in there, and you're going to be like, right, now I know what my Padme is. Now, there's probably going to be a handful of leftovers after that, at which point you'll be thinking to yourself, well, great, I can either cobble together a third Jedi team, or I can't, and I can, you know, put Jedi back with original factions. Like, for example, you might be able to put Ezra back with Phoenix. If Ezra doesn't, you know, come into play with either of the GL Jedi teams, you might be thinking, let's just throw Ayala in with Padme or something like that, because she has a great little stun with her basic little things like that. I mean, a lot of people are theory crafting at the moment, and kind of contemplating what Kat is going to be capable of, and whether she is going to swap out with Cam, or whether she is going to swap out for Snips. Snips works very, very well with JMK. She just doesn't hit a lot. She hits, she just doesn't do a huge amount of damage. But her abilities on their own are, you know, relatively useful.
I found you need Snips just for the dispel and all the assisting. And
exactly,
the dispel and
the assists. Her abilities. Yeah. It's not her prowess as a damage dealer. It's her abilities that you're useful. It's like Maul. You sometimes people will. I mean, I find myself throwing Maul sometimes in a team just against the Geos. Not because he's going to hit hard, not because he's going to do damage, but because he's going to put days on them all, and I just want to take them out and score banners. You know, so, some characters you will throw on a team, not because they're going to do damage, not because they're going to kill everybody, but because they've got an ability that you find useful. Thrawn. You don't put Thrawn on a team for damage, you put Thrawn on a team for his fracture and his turn meter swap. And I think people can probably continue to put Snips in with JMK because of the assist and because of the cleanse. You know, not because she hits hard. You don't put old Ben in with JKL because he hits hard. You put him because of his, you know, abilities. So I think that until you've got your hands on Cat, you're not going to know what you're probably going to put her on the JMK team. You just won't know what you're going to swap her out for just yet.
All right.
I mean, I can tell you right now, I'm probably going to swap her out for Cam, because there's no point having Cam in that team if you don't have the full synergy. And then Cam probably moves back with JML. But you bring up a good point about the two really good, and you know, I'll just end it on this note. The problem with Jedi Master Luke right now is you can Darth Revan him. That's the issue. It doesn't matter who you put behind him. So you bring up a good point that maybe you just make two good Jedi teams, and then you focus on Padme, because Padme really got neutered with removing Snips and removing GK. I mean, GK, I think, has a permanent home now with JMK, you know, if you got him. And you can mod him a certain way where you can still put him back on Padme and all that. But you bring up a really good point with Padme. You know that.
Padme, it's good. You know, it's going to be more. I think when it comes to divvying up characters for squads, Padme's squad is more important than just a makeshift Jedi without a GL Jedi in it. It makes more sense to have any leftover Galactic Republic Jedi synergizing with Padme because of all of the standard characters that you're taking out of her squad. Like, you know, if you're taking GK out of there, you need to find, you know, something else.
Yeah, and there's nothing. He's like
And-
he's so good, right?
You know, and here's, you know,
I'm with
there
you,
are
yeah.
you can get more synergy with the random Galactic Republic Jedi in Padme than you can with just a random hodgepodge bunch of Jedi on their own.
Correct.
You just can. And her defensive capabilities are still going to be important, especially if you're if you're wanting to take your new toys out to play on offense. You know.
Yep, I agree with you.
All right. Let's get to some more questions. Meow says, what if you hired nude women? If they have no clothes to begin with, they can't actually strip. Just saying, just a friendly neighborhood catching cat trying to help out. Well, that's not going to work for Finn. Meow Loki, what mod set did you settle on for Galactic Legend Kenobi?
Speed.
Yeah, it's speed, man.
So I settled on right around 589, 590 speed total. Crit damage, triangle, offense, cross, health circle, and yeah, I found out you just make him fast. If you make him slow, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like he does anything. And we tried it. We tried all offense, we tried all health, we tried everything. And the speed one gives most of the counters problems. So his mastery keeps going, which is if you leave him alive for a while during the match, his mastery will ramp up pretty quick with the speed and all the assisting and the call to assist and he'll get his damage immunity up again and probably throw it on GK. But it's right now it's like speed with you mod him like a fast attacker is what I did. So I put my Darth Revan mods on him, and he's been solid so far.
All right. Fiartis' question. It seems like they used all the cutscenes from Lord Vader's live. What will they do for the event if Lord Vader's the next GL? Well, we actually talked about this during the event. There are certain parts of there, but there's a ton of other cutscenes that they could do with Anakin in that fight that was not shown. So they could go the total opposite view with other parts of that fight and stuff, and make it easy to have the fight from there. Loki, I think we were both on the same page on that.
Yeah, I feel like right when you get to the portrait, right when you get to the unlock, I feel like they're just gonna flip the Mustafar stuff.
Yeah.
Leading up to the Mustafar thing, I really feel like they're gonna have the mace scene. When he gets knighted, or if you want to call it that, when he becomes Lord Vader and takes the kneel to Palpatine to Sidious. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what this one is. It might be the Tusken Raider village raid. It might be who knows, I think they'll keep it simple, but that's kind of what we're gonna expect if Lord Vader is really the next Galactic Legend coming, which we're all about 101% sure. But
his abilities are going to be cool. That's what we need. Let's move on to that. I'm with you. It's going to be a Lord Vader, definitely, Loki. But it's just like what are his abilities going to be called? Because I can see at least one in there being a certain point of view. And another, his ultimate being, rise Lord Vader, and it's just, it's going to be getting up from being on his knee.
The other one's going to be, you underestimate my power.
I hate you. It's definitely going to be. But I hope they give us I hope it's like. I hope it's like when we got the Millennium Falcon. We knew it was going to be the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
We still got a puzzle. And even before the first part of the puzzle was solved, it's like, it's the Millennium Falcon. It's like, yeah, we all know that, but let's just do the puzzle anyway. And then the puzzle was done, and it's like, oh, it's the Millennium Falcon. It's like, yeah, we kind of knew that already. So, and it was awesome. And that's what I think it is the most likely outcome with the GL at the end of the year. It's going to be Lord Vader.
Lord Vader. Rise.
Lord Vader. Rise, Lord Vader.
But yeah, it would be too easy. Let's see here. Kimpachi says Ranger just watched Arnold's easily used Imperial Remnant team to counter a non-ultimate GL Kenobi. My thought is, with all the defense you roll in mod depression, why don't you go for making the highest defense stormtrooper in all the galaxy? Turn those lemons into lemonade. No. It's bad enough I gotta roll that shit. It's gonna be worse if I have to actually use that shit and it'd still be poopy. Hey, let's turn that frown upside down, Ranger. Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, I can't in good conscience do that. One to myself and two to myself. So no, no, you buy, Mr. Vader.
No, mister. No, you buy.
You buy.
Buy.
No, you need more cleaning. I get Consuela. Jesus. Tumble Dry, a question. Should I Zeta Stark's unique Imperial intelligence? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I can't remember. I know I did it. I'm trying to remember why I did it. I have to go look at it again.
Yeah, it's no longer a poor decision or should I when it especially regarding Imperial troopers.
Yeah, so it says at the end of the turn, because at the end of his turn, Stark recovers 3% protection, removes 1% turn meter from all enemies for each active Empire ally, double for Imperial troopers. So that's 10% turn meter that you're removing, and that just helps your team out tremendously. I can't express to you how.
It's like having a data card on your Imperial troopers, isn't it?
Good Lord, it's unbelievable, man. So, Stark is so good because he also ramps up the damage with debuffs on too. So having that done, I didn't have it on for a bit, and then I put it on. I was like, yeah, I'm an idiot. Mainly because I just forgot because I did the other one automatically. But as you start adding Dark Trooper and these other just ridiculous Piet, I mean, Trooper team is still legit. I mean, Loki, I don't know where yours is, Nev, but I know, Loki, you and me giggle. We were giggling again this last GAC as we watched Dark Trooper one-shot somebody just stupidly. The dude's unbelievable. And then when you add Stark and Piet and Veers and, whoever you want your other one to be, you can make it Gideon, you can make it, whatever, right? You got Dark Trooper on there. You're going to
Dark Trooper is my only missing one. I am farming the Dark Trooper. I'm looking forward to getting the Dark Trooper. I think I've got him on my main at 5 stars at the moment. So it's it's a slow and it's a long and it's a boring, drawn out process. But I know that doing it's going to be very, very worthwhile. So I mean, my Imperial Troopers without him are great. But as soon as I've got Dark Trooper, Shore Trooper will be out, Dark Trooper will be in. It's as simple as that. I can't wait to have an Imperial Trooper GL counter. It's going to be awesome.
It's sick.
Yeah. I'm just going to add that, if I could tell you that you could farm a team that could beat GLs, this would be the team. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, I have a Slacker counter. I have a Ray counter. And the Imperial Troopers will be, for all intents purposes, a counter. Will they do both JML and C, or is it primarily just C?
Well, I mean, according to Arnold's video on a non-ultimate JMK, you can now put Imperial Troopers
add
can beat all
JMK
5 of
list
them.
as
So
well. Right,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, I have a video of Troopers beating Ray. I mean, and it's a good Ray team. It's the Ray timeout scoundrel team, that people are putting up in 5v5, and it beats it. There is an SLKR. It's the what is it? I think I fought Thane's team. It was that hybrid SLKR team. It won't work if it's full SLKR first order because of Hux nerfs the turn meter of the entire team. But if they try to get cute and put the Daka zombie Darth Revan Malik, SLKR thing, then Troopers can take that thing out, no problem. And then JMK as well, or I'm sorry, JML, sorry. Jedi Master Luke, if you can mod your troopers to have enough tenacity to withstand the one efflux in the beginning, you can beat it. You might have to throw Magna Guard in there because he gives all the troopers like 200% tenacity or something, but that's a possible team as well. So they can pretty much beat any team, you know, if
we are talking 5v5 here though, aren't we? Not 3v3.
I'm talking 5v5. Yeah,
3v3
we are.
is still pretty
Just to
stupid,
clarify.
too. Let me tell you, 3v3 Dark Trooper is still a monster. I mean, we used him against the CLS Chewbacca team. We've used him against all kinds of stuff. I mean, he just, as long as you outspeed your opponent, I mean, good lord.
Yeah, but that's you're talking specifically about the Dark Trooper in 3v3. In 5, I don't have that Dark Trooper yet.
No, but you will, and I'm just telling you how.
But when I get him, he's going to be just as effective in 3v3 as 5v5. Is that what you said?
Yeah, okay. Who did you use him against in this last 3v3 match? I can't remember who you used him against, Loki. I used him against.
You used him against C.
Yeah.
But again, granted, it was a Gear 12 C, but still, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it was C and some other ridiculousness. And
he works against C in 3v3.
Yeah.
Are they a good cleanup team to solo Rey? Yeah, actually,
absolutely.
they are.
They will hit her to death.
But no, I mean, I've used them against, Fin Poe.
Yeah, that's what you used, and I used against
CLS.
Yeah.
Did you just say Rey?
Yeah,
like a solo Rey team.
What's the 3v? What's the 3v3? What's the Imperial Trooper counter option to Rey? Because I've faced several Rey and Prey teams in the past 2 weeks on my alts, and it would be really nice to have something that will comfortably double tap a 3v3 Rey, a Rey and Prey team. It would be really useful.
I've used Rey again, or against a Rey cleanup. I've used the Veers, Piet, and Dark Trooper, because when you mark Dark Trooper, he can eat whirlwinds. He won't die.
Oh, right, okay. So what were you taking in against Rey first? That's what I'm asking. The question I'm asking.
Oh, the initial Rey? No, it won't.
What's the
no,
two teams?
Rey.
What's the double tap against a Rey?
The two teams.
You're talking about Dark Trooper as the cleanup. What are you taking in? What are you taking in first against Rey?
Well, usually it's a GL.
I would screw up. Yeah. I mean, but if you want to plan we can have a whole stream about this. There is a way to game Rey in 3v3, right? It's you
Does the Dark Trooper in 5v5 is the Dark Trooper required at 7 stars, or can you get away with less than 7 stars and at Gear 11?
You can, because it depends on what the level of what you're facing, right?
To beat a GL, no.
To beat a GL, no. But like other
Relic
teams,
5 or higher,
yeah.
bro.
Right. Okay.
Other teams,
I'm just wondering if it's doable in Conquest. That's all, because all 4 of my accounts are stuck on Sector 4. I can't get past Rey.
Well, I mean, Dark Troopers is one of those characters you want to invest in. I mean, we were talking about this in lower divisions. If you have like a 5 or 6 star and he's Gear 11, use him, because he's still going to be effective with the troopers, depending on the level of team you're facing and stuff. But I mean, yeah, that dude is gross. He is absolutely gross. Every time we use him, it's like bop, 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 and the character. I mean, you go in there against Darth Revan, you're like, Bastley, you're dead. All right, Revan, you're dead, and Malik, you're dead. It's like, Jesus Christ, I just one shot these characters. It does come. It is very mod dependent. You got to be fast with the trooper team. You got to get Piet and Stark and these characters have to be faster than the team you're facing. You've got to go first. You've got to get them to get going. But once they do, Dark Trooper's going to call an assist 2-3 times, and he's going to one shot. And then once you start adding all the buffs and stuff from and they start. Once you get that first death, especially with Dark Trooper, that team is pretty much toast that you're facing, because at that point they start building up that offense, stacking and everything else. It's dumb. Dark Trooper's a monster. You're a monster. Let's see. Nathan H. question. Wait, no, we have a couple. We just had an update. So that was the Stark Zeta one. Okay. Ziglet's Hank says, for Jedi Master Luke, is Relic 8 mandatory, or is Relic 7 okay? No, Relic 7. The Luke event? Yeah. Relic 8 wasn't out, I don't think, for Luke. Relic 7's more than enough. I beat that easily with. I mean, that last tier, man, for the ultimate. Shit. Relic 7 is just fine. Unless I'm missing something. Nev, Loki, am I crazy on that? It's still Relic 7, very beatable event.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
very
okay.
big,
Yeah, I think that answers that. What else are your three?
I mean, Fatal could not put in a team. He tried
Not Kenobi, Luke. Jedi Master
Oh,
Luke.
sorry, Luke. My
yeah,
apologies.
it's set for Relic 7. So you're fine on that. And even then, I mean, you just watch the video. You just call Luke 4 times and you win.
Hey, Ranger, real quick. I just want to go back to Nev's question to me on the, what do I take in for? So, I mean, I don't want to, take up the entire question here, but the time, but, to game Rey, what I normally do, is you burn her down to whatever, the yellow health and all that. And then usually the team I use to take out the ads, the +2, assuming they're like the tanky ads, like scoundrels or something, is I'll take like, what is it, like a Piet lead with Vader and Watt, and then that takes out the ads, and then I'll work her down some more, sending teams in, get her down to yellow again, and then I'll use like Geo's the sniper. Like that's in a nutshell, that's what I would do. So the Geos, or the troopers can replace the Geos if needed, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
To work down.
I just wanted to know if it was possible to take her out without GLs. That was all, because it's boring. Yeah. Ray and Praise are boring because it's like I'm gonna load my defense up for FU to stop them doing anything, and then I'm gonna play a 2 territory victory. But I'd like to be at a full clear.
Yeah, I'm looking at old history of me when I was messing around with a guildmate, and that is one way to take out Ray in 3v3 is bring in a team to take out the 2 ads. But you're sending in a burner team first to burn all the, let's just say it's Ray, IG, Quill, right? That's popular, right? You send in burner teams to eat all the abilities.
Yeah,
you get Ray
just
down.
like we used to do against Darth Revan before GLs were a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you got to work down Ray to about yellow health, so she doesn't pop into DI when you re-enter. Then you bring in something like I like to use Piet lead with or I'm sorry, not Piet lead, but you can use like Vader, or you can use like Thrawn, Vader, Watt, and then you can Culling Blade, IG, Quill. You die, then you send in more burner teams, and then the last team could be either Geos or it could be the trooper team that we mentioned, right? So it's like Veers, Piet, Dark Trooper, and that's it, and that'll take out Ray.
All right. See here. What else? 3 question for GACTW. Will Kenobi be better for offense or defense? And would the ultimate matter for the consideration? Absolutely, it matters. If you're going to use
3v3, I can imagine he's not going to be as good because you're not going to have 4 other Jedi to assist. So the ultimate charge might be a little bit slower, but on that note, we were testing solo JMK beats C.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I think you and me, Ranger, we kind of said that he's probably going to be better for offense in 3v3. I think.
Yeah.
5v5, I'm going to try him on defense this round and see.
5v5. If you have the ultimate, it's defense. Or you have flexibility. I mean, you really do.
But just keep in mind, like what Nev said earlier, is if you want to put the best JMK team on defense right now, you got to nerf 2 other teams, possibly 3 other teams. So just keep that in mind.
No, if it can't be beaten, then you're gonna have a lot of easy GMCs.
Right? I mean,
yes, but it could
exactly. Gas with JMK, right? I mean,
if it's forcing a stoppage from your opponent, it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, because
you just take what's left over with JML on offense, and you kind of put the remaining GR squad members on a Padme on that back territory as just something that's going to frustrate your opponent.
Yeah, you're talking about getting rid of, breaking up the Padme team. I don't mind that as much because, Padme on offense and our defense she has a ton of counters, and on offense, she's not the most efficient thing. So if I can replace her with some, like with General Master Kenobi and break up my GR, I'm going to do it because if I get better banners or holds more than Padme does. I mean, she's effective on offense, but you're going to lose banners. There's just no way.
Yeah.
She's not the most efficient. So yeah, we'll play around with it and give final verdicts on it once we get to
I'll be
DC stuff.
honest. I mean, 5v5 is going to be a different game with the 4x.
Yeah, 5v5. I'm
that's
so
a
looking
lot of
forward to
dudes,
fight.
you know,
I'm really looking forward to watching some 5v5s from the big boys. Yeah,
it's gonna be
watching
nuts, man.
the likes of you and Fatal. Very much looking forward to watching those GAC matches with you and with Fatal.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get I'm going to try to have the ultimate done before the next 5v5, and Mike Kenobi ready to go. So that'll be squared away. I knew I wasn't going to have him ready for 3s, but I could definitely have him ready for 5. So I'll have my Relic 8 Ultimate Kenobi and my other GLs. So 4 GLs, Division 2. Suck it. Let's see here. Question for the panel from Hellenix is, why is Admiral Priet's drop rate so terrible? And has CG set up and drop rate so low, specifically because they hate me in particular? Yes, they hate you. But then again, they don't hate you as much as they hate me, because if you've seen the drop rates of the 2 ships I've been farming since 2019, which is the Sith Fighter and the Sith Bomber, I don't want to hear any bitching or complaining, Hellenix.
That's funny, man.
That's a worse farm.
It is unbelievable how bad this farm is, man. I'm still
Sith
working on
Fighter,
it.
Sith Bomber.
Sith Bomber.
They're my last 2 remaining ships.
Same here.
They are horrible.
Well, I mean,
they are horrible.
But I'm 68 out of 100 on the Bomber and 86 out of 100 with Sith Fighter, and I can tell you that I cannot wait to have those 2 bastards done, because I am sick of farming those every day. The drop rate just in general for certain things, I don't know what it is. It's just you always think that they're out to get you, but because you get those
TIE Reaper and Sith Fighter are the worst.
You get those 0 for 5s, it's just the worst. You're just like, God damn it. Like, really? Ugh, that's the worst day. I feel you're in that, Hellenix. Nathan H says, without having great mods on them, who can Relic Troopers effectively counter?
When he says great mods, like...
Well, I mean, even decent mods. If you're in the 300 speed, maybe not like the levels that me and Loki have ours, but it depends on the team you're facing. If you're still faster than the other team, you'll still be fine, right? It's just... But if you are not, and because your mods are not there, you're going to get crushed.
Yeah, you got to choose your battles. You've got to choose your battles. My Imperial Troopers are... my Imperial Troopers are all Gear 11, but they're all abilities are maxed out. So, Zetas where Zetas need to be. Obviously I've got, Veers, Piet, Gideon, Stark, and Shore Trooper. I have no plans to take them to Gear 12 until I actually have the Dark Trooper, because, it's just a waste of resources, and I'm literally so close to JML that all of my resources are going to be going on him. But the Veers, Piet, Gideon, Stark, Shore Trooper will take out several teams comfortably, even at Gear 11. It's once that turn meter starts. I mean, my mods are, and like Ranger says, my mods on that are average. Their speeds are all relatively decent. They're average. It's not going to beat like really, 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 really good teams, but those kind of like those B teams that people have reliced up, it will comfortably take them out in 5v5. It really, really will. So you just need to, it's not going to do like Sith Empire or a full Grievous team or a full Padme team. But if you come up against something on the back and you've used all your A teams, and it's like, Imperial Troopers will do the business.
There you go.
But yeah, they like Ranger says, you need them at least average. They need to be average at least. You can't put trash mods on the Imperial Troopers and expect them to do shit, because if your opponent gets a full turn from all of their characters, you're gonna have a bad day. I mean, I scraped through in 3v3 with my Imperial Troopers, going for the feats. The six enemies with Imperial Troopers. I scraped through on that against some 50k teams, but they're good enough to do that because they're moderately modded.
All right. Nathan H, if you could be a pirate or a ninja, which would you choose? Arr, I'd be picking me a pirate. Arr. We named the monkey Jock. Arr.
Ninja pirate.
Arr. In the
Remember,
shadows,
Captain
Pirate
Barbosa.
Ninja.
Arr.
Remember Captain Harlock?
There you
that was
go.
one of
Yeah,
my
there you go.
favorites.
Ninja pirates. There you go. Why be one when you can be both? I like it. Nathan H. Question: which arrow primers are worth farming? I know about speed, crit avoidance, and health. That's about it. I mean, protection ones are good.
Protection ones are good, especially if you can get,
the
like
protection
immensely
secondary.
lucky with the secondary speed.
Yeah.
Anything but defense or accuracy,
Yeah.
I guess, is
Yeah.
a candidate.
Everything else is worth it. Johnny Mose, his question: have you tried R2 with the new Kenobi? Is there a good home for R2 if he will not be good there? Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, I haven't tried R2 with him, but I mean,
I tried him. He's horrible.
okay, well, but R2, like I've used him with Ray because of what he does to boost up stats and things of that nature. So, I mean, in 3v3, that's just been people fits with R2 on that team.
R2's
so-
good with Padme too. you
Yeah,
know?
but really good with Padme, really good with JTR. So even
Yeah.
in threes, I'm running Hermit Yoda, R2D2, and JTR, and it's working out really well. So, all right. Helen, next question for Ranger. Could you perform some Sith sorcery and channel it towards my SWGOH account? I've been sucking wind in SWGOH for me the past year or so, and the only dark side can help you. Well, you're just going to have to commit the time and effort. The dark side is a pathway to many abilities, some considered to be unnatural. Like, you have to try. Like, there's stuff, I'll put it to you this way, Helen X. You get what you put into it. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, Loki just didn't one day just, explode with mods, right? And I just didn't get to where I was. Certain things that they suck. I hate mods. I absolutely hate mods. I hate working on them. It's boring. It's monotonous. I've said it a million times, but you bet your ass twice a day I'm working on them. I'm slicing, I'm pulling, I'm slicing, I'm pulling. I'm just constantly trying to build up the mods that I need to do. Some of the events are really boring. I find them monotonous, but I do it because I need the gear. I need the rewards from it. It's like Conquest right now. It's not as fun as it used to be. It feels more like work. But then again, I look at CAD in there. I'm like, it's worth it. So, you just have to find what you do, the shitty things in the game that you don't like doing. So that when you go do the fun things like GAC and this other stuff that you enjoy, it's where you find your enjoyment. But yeah, it's, there's a lot of things in the game that I was like, okay, I got to do this again. And I do it, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking long term, like, okay, like Conquest. I'm getting Cat, and I want Cat. I want her. Precious. And that's the way I look at it. I mean, you just change your mindset, brother. I don't know what else to tell you, man. You can be evil. You can be dark side. But you got to channel the energy in toward actual results. Here's a good one from Yami. It says, thoughts on the R9 in the screenshot. I didn't care. I'm like, okay, we'll go Relic 9. I mean, you guys' thoughts, it didn't bother me one bit. I know some people are like, oh my God, Relic 9. I'm like, welcome to SWGOH. At this point, I just don't care anymore.
I must admit, it's not. I mean, I'm not even close to getting anything to R8. But the prospect of R9 does kind of make me think, oh, what are they going to add to the game in order to get Relic 9? Are they just going to throw it into the Crankor as extra rewards? Are they just going to throw it onto Conquest as extra rewards, or are they going to create something new? So we know it's not going to be for a few more months, but are they going to throw something new in the game that's, ridiculously hard for the end game player in order to achieve Relic 9 salvage? So, and just how much are you going to need to invest in your resources in order to get R9? Is it a whale Kraken thing, or is it something that a well organized free to play competitor will be able to go for?
All right. I don't know. I don't think we're getting Relic 9 anytime soon. But but of course, if you see something like that and it's in a test environment, and it is what it is. And if it does come, it comes, and I'll deal with it. I mean, at this point, the next level of relics is just something that I know is coming eventually, um, in my mind's eye. So it doesn't. Lucky it didn't bother you at all. I'm assuming you saw Relic 9. I'm sure you're like, okay, Relic 9.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're. I don't even think they're going to use any new materials. They're just going to do another 20, right, of the existing, is what I'm feeling. Nev brings up a good point. I don't know if they're going to add another tier. So, if you open up Challenge Rancor, right, like there's tier 1, it says it. So I don't know if that was meant to be. Maybe they're going to make a tier 2 of the Challenge Rancor, or they're going to do a challenge hat pretty soon. But Crumb said, was it not for another couple months or whatever?
Yeah. And
I'm worried about the GL requirement now. I mean, Kenobi was the first Relic 8. If Lord Vader comes, is he going to be the first Relic 9?
I think that
we don't know.
I think that no. I just regarding Lord Vader, the GL event for the end of the year. I think it will be GL levels. Obviously, the characters will be different, but the GL levels I think will mirror what it is for JMK.
Right.
Relic 9 will be whatever the GLs are going to be next year. So mid 2020, mid 2020.
I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is they still said there's going to be shiploads of content. So maybe they incorporate Relic 9 into something with ships, because obviously Relic 9 is going to benefit the ships and the pilots and the crew more than anything in the game, like it does now. So I'm looking forward to it. Whatever. We'll see.
An assault battle that uses ships would be something that they could probably create relatively easily. And then making a tier 1 challenge that's ridiculously tough, that gets you the Relic 9 materials.
I asked Crumb during the stream if they were going to throw ships in Conquest, and he said it wasn't out of the question. They were looking at it, so that could be a thing too. Throw it as a node. You can either do a ship battle or do a ground battle, right, to progress in the map, and that would be kind of neat. Maybe we have a ship boss. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Nathan H, which is the best ability for the new GL Vader coming? I don't like Sand by the Lakes of Naboo. No. Or I have the low ground. Well, that one's you underestimate my power.
You underestimate my power.
Yeah. You turned her against me. You have done that yourself, Anakin.
Rise, Lord Vader. I think Rise Lord Vader is an obvious. Like the ultimate for JMK is him stood there, and then you get the cinematics behind. I think
I hate you.
A Rise Lord Vader would just have him starting down on one knee, and he's just going to rise up, and something ridiculously overpowering is going to happen to him, and everybody's going to die.
He has to turn into Vader, man. That's like I would love that.
His eyes.
That would be an interesting one. Yeah,
like his ultimate. Yes. You trigger it, and he comes off the table or something, right? Like that would be hilarious. And then he just when he came off the table, right, he crushed everything around him, right? Like he destroyed the droids, and Palpatine was laughing at him when he was all upset that he found out Padme died. So
yeah,
I would love that.
No. All right. Nathan H, question: which Imperial troopers or Go troopers would you want who are not in the game? Flame trooper for me.
Scout trooper.
Yeah, that's always one we always say. Flame trooper.
Yeah, anything for Gideon. Anything to get his leader ability working without pulling from the main trooper team. I'm good with.
All right. Ray Rox's question: what is the best Imperial trooper combo for 3v3? It's Veers, Piet, and Dark Trooper. I mean, I Can't put it any succinctly more than that. I mean, and the other thing too is I'm still using the other trooper with. I've actually been using this Gideon, Stark, and Death Trooper. That's actually worked out really, really well too. Is the other team that I'm using in 3s. Because Gideon takes their turn meter away. You know, you get Stark doing his stuff, speeds them up, and then, you know, or you can go range trooper if you wanted to, but you're going to get that kill. And because with the calls and assists from Gideon and stuff. So, but yeah, the number one team is Veers, Piet, and old Dark Trooper. I mean, goodness gracious. That team is just ridiculous. Oh boy, oh boy. What else in 3? Question for Lord Vader: will they stick to Episode 3, include the hallway scene from Rogue One during this event? No, it's going to be. It was like the Kenobi event. It's going to be from Revenge of the Sith, the stuff from Anakin's point of view, right? You're going to fight. You're going to fight Dooku. You're going to cut off his. They're not going to show it. Uh-oh. My OBS just went poopy. Hold on. There it is. It's back. I have that little tropical depression coming over, so if I just dip out, disappear, you'll know why. No, it's going to be Revenge of the Sith scene. We'll see him fight Dooku. They're not going to show him cutting off his hands or anything like that, but we'll have that fight. You know, the ending stuff with him on Mustafar. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that they can go about using him. I can't think of anything else. But yeah. Ray Rock. I just answered this. This is what is the second best combo Imperial Trooper team in 3v3 for another squad? Well, I just answered that one, so there you go. It's like I had the force and premonist that you were going to ask that question. BSP question says, and why can't they give a minimum of one effing shard? I don't know. I don't effing know. Nev, how many times have we got 0 for 5s and you just shake your head and go, my God?
Several.
Would you say it's
Several
a plethora?
I would say it's a plethora.
Do you know what a plethora is, Nev?
Do you know what a plethora is?
No, I do not, El Guapo. Jared T question: if all 5 GLs in their prime fought in a Royal Rumble, who would come out on top? Use SW lore and not in-game kit. Thanks.
Oh God. Oh bloody hell.
Royal Rumble. They're all in the ring together.
I mean, the lore thing. Yeah, if this is based off of lore, it's Rey because Rey's the only one that's still alive. All the other GLs are dead. That's it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Let's say that wasn't how the movies turned out, but just power level, right? I think Kenobi's getting thrown out of the ring pretty quickly. But then it comes. I honestly. Oh my God. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I know what some people would say Rey because she's a Mary Sue and can do anything.
Yeah, she's the bestest ever. So yeah.
I'm gonna go with Luke. I think Jedi Master Luke would do it. He's got a little bit of that dark side in him. He's got Jedi Master Luke. I'm gonna go with Jedi Master Luke. I wish he would have fought Palpatine in the movies, so we could have had that epic confrontation. But I think Rey, SLKR, Kenobi get thrown out of the ring, and then it's Luke versus Palpatine, and then Luke pulls. He's like, "Oh, we've met before. I win." This Force died helping you. I know there's all kinds of scenarios. Hey, good Lord. In the Royal Rumble, though, I mean, anything can happen, though. It's, surprise mechanics. You're like, oh, SLKR won. There we go. Darth Jar Jar says, question, with Dark Side TB pretty much old stale, Light Side TB impossible to complete, and the raids all trivial, what are you building your roster for? GAC, mainly.
GAC.
Yeah, maybe some conquest, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the stuff is now we do build a little bit with remodding for Lightside TB, especially if you're in a guild that's trying to get more stars. I think we got 27 stars. I think this last one. I don't remember 26, 27. So we're building up toward, trying to get higher up in the stars, and that takes a little bit of remodding. I mean, of course, the cam mission I always remod in. It doesn't matter. I still get rawfully stomped. So it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, I mean, I just do, as I said, I do a lot of those events for the resources I need for the stuff that I really care about, which is like GAC. I did a little bit more for Conquest, but I mean, Conquest is just, I'm just doing that to get the cat shard, so it's become another farmable thing. I don't care about challenges, stuff like that. So, I don't know. You guys are kind of in the same boat as I am, right? It's all about GAC.
Yeah. It's for me. It's all about GAC. Until I get my JML, it's all about GAC.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Yeah, Pete, question. What do you think is the best counter versus GL Kenobi? I had success today with Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Revan, and Arena. Without Ultimate, though, do you think the Ultimate will make a massive difference? Loki, talk about it again. The Ultimate makes a massive bit of difference. It's a totally different team.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they get healed up, they get protection up, and then they get
All those buffs.
I believe they get high ground, and then they can all avoid taunt. So it's
yeah.
And Kenobi can just keep spamming it over and over again. We don't know how it works yet. I mean, I've seen it where Kenobi pops it at 50, and then I've seen it where he goes all the way to 100. I guess it depends on the team comp and how fast he charges it, and then maybe if one tune gets the yellow health, then he pops it early to heal them up. But it's night and day if he has the ultimate. It's kind of like Kylo, right? Like Kylo wasn't that bad without the ultimate, and then he gets the ultimate on defense. It's a different team. So absolutely get the ultimate. It's way, way, way better than Jedi Master Luke's, I'll tell you that. And it charges up a ton. So there's no reason why you wouldn't go for the ultimate at this point.
All right. Durgan question: since we're all getting, since all we are getting are Jedi and Sith GL, who will be the next GL? Who will be the next Jedi and Sith GL after Lord Vader? We actually talked to Chrome about this and asked, can we get a GL that's non-Force user related, right? Because all the GLs are related to the Force. Let's speculate, guys. Not a Jedi or Sith, which I hope it's not for the next after we get Lord Vader, like the next GLs. Who could be a GL that we can get that's not a, you think is in the Galactic Legend category that we can get that's not a Sith or a Jedi?
I think, what is it? Dark side options are easy.
I don't care.
Thrawn, I think Thrawn is an obvious one.
You want a new GL Thrawn, okay?
I think Thrawn is an obvious one because he'll show up. He'll show up at some point in the
Ahsoka show.
In the Ahsoka show, so I think that Thrawn is an obvious GL option. I also think that depending on how badass he's going to be in the Book of Boba, I think Boba Fett is also. I think Boba Fett is also an option.
What about Jabba the Hutt? I think Jabba the Hutt would be a good one.
Fit on the screen, dude.
We'll make him fit on the screen, Sir Loki.
Yeah.
Look, everyone, the GC Whisperer joined us. You can answer this question. Non-Force user GL, go.
Leia.
Yeah?
She's a Force user.
Yeah, and
she's a Force user. And then
what?
well, I mean, I guess if we got GL Endor Leia,
Yeah.
I don't know if she would be a GL. It would have to be General Leia from like.
Well,
the
we have to
movies.
remember something. Like community always kind of mixes up the two things, right? So a GL is someone that in lore did something significant. I think a lot of times the community thinks of GL in terms of popularity with the fan base, right?
Sure.
So we shouldn't confuse the two, right? Yeah, popularity with the fan base is one thing, but actually what they accomplish in universe is something else, right? So a lot of the GLs right now are stuff that they actually accomplished and actually like, legends in universe versus just, popular with the fans. So Jabba the Hutt could be one, Leia could be one. I honestly do not see Boba Fett being one. Mando, if he becomes Mandalore, the ruler of all Mandalorians, that could be one. Baines, somebody like that. I mean, it's hard not to say Force users, to be honest with you, just because most of the significant players in the galaxy are Force users.
I mean, one that I also
Depends what they throw up in the shows and the movies coming up.
Well, even from the Old Republic, I mean, you can go with Shae Vizsla. She was a badass Mandalorian bounty hunter that fought in the war. She's the bounty hunter you've seen in the cinematics and stuff. She was huge in the game. She was the one that the Mandalorians hated to go to get trained because she would kick the shit out of everybody. And killed a buttload of Jedi and stuff. So she was pimp. That's just another name that just popped into my head. I don't know. Maybe we get old man GL Lando Calrissian. I don't know. I mean, this is whatever they decide. I mean, we'll go with it, but we'll see. What else in the three question? Do you think we'll get any "we're sorry" shards for Cam since the event was bugged? This light side TV? Nope. I don't think we're gonna get any Cam shards. Anybody? Nope. Okay, let's move on.
I mean, you lost because of that reason, didn't you?
I don't know. I lose regardless of. I don't know what the hell. It doesn't matter. Even if the bug was in my favor, Thane, I would still lose. Hate that event. Stupid. Stupid. I don't know. I'll see what they do, but I don't think we're gonna get anything. They didn't say anything about it. I don't. Yeah. Buzzsaw question: why are the same low drop rate items needed to get relics as to get relic 8? I could have 2 more relic 8 right now if I wasn't having to get so many characters to relic for GLK and new characters. Why are the same low drop rate items needed to get relics as to get relic 8? I'm not sure what you mean.
Did you reword the question?
No, that's exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean here. I'll read it again. Maybe someone else picks up what he's meaning here. It says, why are the same low drop rate items needed to get relics as to get relic 8? So I'm assuming he means like furnaces and stuff like that. Purple pieces?
He probably means like the bayonets that
Sure.
you need. The ones that you need. The relic 8 pieces that you need, not the ones you get the raid.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
He means that.
The actual gear that you need to salvage.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. Why the drop rates are low because the drop rates are deliberately low because they want people to
Spend money.
They want people to spend hard currency, fiat currency to buy, in-game currency to go to the shipment store and stump up the 1400 or the 1300 rather than, going through the painstaking process of grinding it out daily until you've got everything you need. I mean, like it took me weeks and weeks and weeks to grind it out for especially for the characters that I needed to take to Relic 7 for JML. I mean, I've got everything for R2D2 on the left-hand side done. I just need the Cantina relic material now, and then he goes 6 to 7 and boom, I can start my JML. But it was such a grind getting all that gold and purple gear and converting it to the Zabin, 10 of the Zabindle thing, 20 of the thing to the left of that, 20 of the thing to the left. It's just, it's bloody expensive.
Yeah.
and it's very grindy.
Yes,
and
it is.
yes, the drop rate's horrendous.
All right. Buzzsaw question: has anyone else noticed better mod roll since we asked Crumb about it on the Wednesday night RSA stream a few weeks ago? Hard for me to argue with that because I've hit 220 speed mods since, and it's been months and months and months, and then all of a sudden, bam, bam, I hit 220s. It's like, I mean, did they do something? I don't know. It depends, because there's still some people out there like, I didn't hit anything. I didn't get any mods. Like, well, yeah. It's anecdotal. Nathan H. question: are any deals from CG in the store worth buying? I got the Bo-Katan one and the Echo one, the 1500 crystal ones, was really nice. I got both those. It's 1500 crystals for 15 shards plus the gear. It's pretty good. You've got the signal boost pack. It's 1950, but it's a gamble, so I don't think it's worth 1950 crystals. I mean, it could be if you're desperate, but it's not enough for me to do that. There's some other packs that are $4.99 and some other things that are worth it, but I mean, there's a $19.99 injector, the injector bundle, that's pretty decent because of the 3 pieces you get for the finisher piece. Plus, you get a certain amount of Chirotex. It's not bad. Any packs that are in the store right now that you guys are like, yeah, that's pretty good, other than the ones I mentioned? Or
I think in general they've got some good. There's some good stuff in store for Dolphins right now. There's some great deals in there in the store at the moment for Dolphins. That's for sure. And I just think that's because, you know, that they've been so geared towards the end game player of recent months, especially with regarding Conquest and these GLs, that it's like, you know, CG, like we're neglecting our, you know, low to mid tier spender because they're not going to spend on, you know, stuff like, JMK, you know, gearing up those requirements, but, you know, they still, you know, we still want them to spend money playing around with, you know, their lower tier squads. So I just think, you know, the bean counters at CG are like, yeah, you know, we need to throw some stuff in here for the Dolphins because, you know, maybe they've stopped spending because there's nothing really that they've wanted in the store. So they put these $5 packs for things and $10 packs for things and $15 because that's kind of like the wheelhouse for Dolphin spenders. It's like CG know that there are people that just want to spend like maybe $10-20 a month, but that 10 or $20 a month that a Dolphin will spend, you know, needs to be good value. And you know, they have been putting some of those relatively decent value lower packs in there. Like the good example would have been the Imperial Troopers one. I think that was excellent. You know, 100 shards for $10.
not bad.
That was you know, that's excellent value for a Dolphin, because, you know, any new Dolphins out there that have been watching content knows that, you know, Imperial Troopers are good counters to GLs and many other teams. So they'd be thinking, yeah, hell, you know, I'm farming those Imperial Troopers at the moment, $10 for 100 random shards of one of these 5 GLs and Imperial Troopers, and the 5 Imperial Trooper options were all really good, you know. So yeah, there's some good stuff out there.
Yeah, I think so. All right, next question. Whittleson 3 says, question: do you think we'll ever get a GL that's a support? All of them are attackers except Jedi Master Luke, and he's a tank. Sure.
Yeah, Thrawn. Thrawn would be support.
There you go. So let it be written.
Thrawn would be support.
Yeah. So let it be written. So let it be done. Darth Jar Jar says, question: since everyone thinks Lord Vader is coming Ranger, how many Tuscans do you have at Relic 7 already? None, and I really hope that those aren't characters we have to gear up. That would suck. God.
Oh, you know we are.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I know Bad Batch, I know Cat, Padme, I mean, all those characters, right? I expect those, but They throw a Tusken or two, and I'm going to be really not happy. It's going to be like, oh, Christ, not the Tuskens. Why would you do this, CG? But then again, Crumb City, it's got to make sense in the story arc. And if it's like what the Kenobi event was, Tuskens ain't going to be a part of it. If it was episode 2 Anakin or something, maybe you could say, yeah, Tuskens. But,
Wait. Why wouldn't Tusken make sense?
because these are characters that were all part of the story arc. If you will look at the story that they did in for Kenobi's event, related to him. I guess they could. They could say, you know what, he hates sand and Tuskens. Yeah, they could do it.
Well, you got to remember what episode did Anakin fight the Tuskens?
2.
That was 2.
Okay, and when did Kenobi fight Jango?
2. That's why I'm saying.
Oh,
That's why
okay,
I
so
agree. You just is he not listening? Did he not see me just change my mind? I'm like, yeah, they could do that, and then he's just going to say that. I mean, what is wrong?
You gotta rub it in, man. I gotta rub it in.
Oh, rub this. Yeah.
I mean, they could do something
definitely
nice. They could do something nice regarding the Tuskens.
I don't want to relic
And
Tuskens,
give- and do-
man.
No. We have 4 Tuskens at the moment, right? And
We have
those 4
4 or
Tuskens
3.
don't do that. Now, when they did the Geos, when they brought in the GBA, I mean, before GBA and before the rework on the Geos sucked ass. They did. They absolutely sucked ass. They could do something very, very similar with the Tuskens. They could bring in a Tusken leader via Marquee, that then turn your, because people that before GBA, nobody would have relicked the Geos.
I mean,
Nobody. The
I
Geos
know,
on their
but-
own without
oh,
GBA
God.
suck. So why not bring in a Tusken Marquee like the GBA that makes the Tuskens like the bugs?
I really don't want to do the Tuskens. Damn it, Jim.
I know you don't, nobody really wants to do the Geos, but you have to.
Oh no, I like
Because of the
Geos.
GBA.
They're really good. Spies.
Yes, but they
awesome.
sucked ass before the GBA.
Well, yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
Yeah, I know, but they're. I hate it's the faction. Just bleh. When I think Star Wars, Tuskens are on the bottom of the things that I give a shit about. Oh God. Although that being said, the Tuskens in season 2, episode 1 of the Mandalorian were pretty pimp. I gotta say. All right. God. I can't get the Tusken taste out of my mouth. Buzzsaw says, what are the 2 most underpowered characters in game relative to their power in the Star Wars universe?
Lord Sidious.
Yeah, Sidious is super
Sidious
gross.
and Maul. Maul, definitely.
Well, Mom was meta at one point.
Sidious was meta too.
Was he?
For a
Yeah.
brief moment, yeah, in the beginning.
Did lead.
Yeah, they're grossly underpowered, those two. Those two immediately pop into the brain.
Yeah, I mean Savage as well.
Oh, the Leias.
Yes.
Oh, the layers, yes.
Yes.
My God, yeah, the layers need to be so much more boss. We will. I think we'll get. I do genuinely think that we'll get that a Padme level layer. But I don't think we'll get her until 2023. I think that they'll give her as she'll be like a legendary. I think she'll be like legendary or above legendary level character. But in 2023, during the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, that's when I think she'll come.
Well, that sucks.
Sucks.
Later before
It does.
then.
It
Come
sucks.
on.
But the rest of this year, 2021, 2022, it's going to be all about the shows and the movies.
All right.
It's going to be all about the Disney shows and the movies.
Hashtagger with $1.99 says, calling it Tusken Boba Fett ties this together. Ah, there we go. Thank you for the super chat. All right, 2 more questions and then we're getting out of here. Dar Jar says, question, has anyone noticed how every GL has required pilots, sometimes including pilots you wouldn't want to relic? Is CG preparing us for ship stuff? Well, I mean, if you look at Kenobi, Malevolence and Negotiator with Kenobi and Grievous are pretty pimp. What other teams in there have ships? No,
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane, that was a huge
Xanadu Blood.
boost. Yeah, Xanadu Blood, who's really, really good.
Does Cody have a ship?
No, but
he
Sergeant
doesn't.
does. And that
Sergeant
really
does. Sergeant's got a ship. Yep.
Let's see. Negotiate. Mace Windu's capital ship, of course, gets a little better because he's relicked. Clone Sergeant, yep. Grievous, yep.
Yeah, so
Cad
yeah,
Bane.
there's a little bit of love. There's
A
a little bit of
the
extra
ship
love on the
yeah.
ship.
It makes the ships that you use, if you're going to relic them, you're going to get some value out of it, right? So I'm okay with it. Is that translating to something coming for ships? I have no goddamn idea at this point. All right, Kappa, that's our last question. Says, question, a well-modded JTR plus droids plus bros is a great team for offense. If I still want to set GL Ray on defense, who can I put her with so that she still has chances to hold? I mean, really, you're trying to prevent the... Well, Jawas can get gassed. I mean... Here's the thing. I actually don't mind losing out on JTR and 5s because JTR with Holda, the two purses with Ray, especially if you got Ray modest in a way, especially with R2 being in the mix, that really, because of the debuff that JTR does, that really screws over a lot of Palpatine teams. It makes life miserable for them. So that Palpatine-Watt combination gets really hanky, especially if your team's faster. And if you got a really fast Finn, it makes the Vader counter really wonky too. But if you're going to do something, I've run, of course, Jawa's thing just said it. IG Quill, a couple tanks. We've done that team in the past. If you have your heart set on JTR with the Purse Bros and stuff to keep running that team with BB-8 and stuff.
I actually have a question for Loki around this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Loki, now that Gas is going with Master Kenobi, and Shakti is kind of used on the Master Luke team, would putting clones under Rey be the way to go?
That's
could be. I mean, I was still even thinking just like Bad Batch under Rey, but
oh god.
But yeah, I mean, clones is a good fit, yeah. Because there's
you
gonna
ran
be
into
four
that
of them.
at one point, right? Didn't you run into that one of your GACs?
Yeah, and 5v5, yeah. I've run in that
Yeah.
before.
What did you beat that with, though?
501 gas.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I mean, I'm using my gas now in JMK.
And JMK, so that's not an option for people to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just...
But, yeah, it's a good way to spread them out, I guess.
I'm just thinking about that. All I know is I just have to get my General Master Kenobi relic here as soon as humanly possible in Ultimate. So I must get it done before the 5 start thing, for we must have him. And we must make people's life hell.
Don't we have like another round of 3s?
Yeah, so and then we'll have a week break, so that gives me enough time to get the Ultimate done. So I'm already getting ready to those purple.
Real harder, man.
Yeah, I didn't well at all.
We got 2 more weeks. We got 2 more weeks before we hit 5s.
Yeah, so I got plenty of time to do it.
2 more weeks. Well, 2 weeks and a round.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But yeah, so I'm well on my way getting the mask and everything we need. So we'll rock and roll. All right, so that's all our questions. Nav, you want to pimp your stuff here? We always let the content creators that come on to do that.
Yeah, well, you can catch me on Twitch and on YouTube, Escape Podcast, and I'll be doing my probably be doing my GAC tonight. I'm on a very I'm on a vein of very fine form at the moment. I've gone 6 rounds in a row, flawless victory, 1-shot victory. So yeah, I'm on a fine vein of form at the moment, and obviously Ranger and I will be doing GA Center on the Escape Podcast Twitch channel on Monday evening for the stats and the results for the end of week 3.
There you go. So you can check that out. Now, for, as I said, a scheduling update is tonight D&D. It's 7 p.m. No, 8 p.m. What time do we start at? 7 p.m. Eastern. Right? I can't remember what time we do D&D. 8 p.m. Eastern, something like that. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern, yeah. It's 7 p.m. my time, so there we go. So we'll do that 3.5 hours, and then I'll take a little quick break, and then we're going to do my GAC. I'll tag you, Loki. Just to be ready about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'll do it around that time. So we'll finish up D&D, and then we'll rock and roll. And then Thane can join us too if he wants. If he's not busy with all his women and stuff. You know,
Wait, my women?
living the pimp life that he does. He's too
I don't know
busy for
about
us. He's too busy for us now. You know, so he's got all these women hanging all over him. But yes, Thane, if you would like to join us, 10:30, 11 o'clock my time, so that'll be about 8:30, 9 o'clock your time. Just
On Monday?
No, today, fool.
Oh, today. Oh, I see. Okay.
I can't talk to him. I'm just keeping the same defense. It's been working really, really well for us. No one's been able to really get past it. Our last opponent really struggled, but it was kind of a mismatch. So, really good dude too. So, he was like I can't beat this. He was like, no. It was funny to watch. He was being real good. Jay Walker, he was funny as hell. Anything else? No, I think that's it. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff here if you like the Jedi Academy. And with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the council, have a great rest of your Saturday. And if we don't see you soon, we'll see you around the corner. Be safe, and we'll holler at you later. Peace.